So I guess, making a living as a full-time musician, folk musician, piper, whatever we call it, I think now has to be a kind of multifaceted thing where, yes, you maybe do some teaching, you do gigs which you get a fee for. Writing music is another avenue for income, and I guess just being a bit on top of how we actually earn money on that can be very helpful to musicians from day one. Really, I remember when I started, I just had a few tunes written, and we recorded them for a thing on BBC, and I was still at the academy at the time, and they said, what's the tune, who wrote it, what's the publishing, and I was like, I don't know, I just wrote it, and I was told quite quickly, it was Ian McInnes that said, look, you need to get registered with PRS and MCPS and all these things. So I did that for a very small fee at the time. I think then it was 100, 150 quid, which meant in those days when I wrote a tune, you would get a pink form, and fill in all these details and then post it off to MCPS. But now the beauty of it now, it's all online. So if I write a tune today, I can have it registered on the PRS database within 24 hours. I go into my account, register it, and what that basically means is if anyone then records or performs that tune, I get a percentage of the royalties from that performance. So it's, for me, it's not a case of retire at the Bahamas money, but it's something that adds to the pot, I guess. So being aware of your PRS, MCPS, and I'm a big fan of being in charge of your own publishing, because it's so easy now to register and get hooked up with PRS and MCPS. Publishing houses, I'm not an expert, but I think they may have kind of had their heyday by now, and I think more people are independently registering and then promoting their own work. So I guess before the internet really took off, how did you get your music out there? Because, okay, you might write a tune, write a piece of music. It would mean writing a book, publishing, printing a book, sending out copies to people, paper copies, or doing recordings and sending out tapes or CDs. But now, with Facebook and Twitter and all these things being so easily accessible by everyone, you can present your own music in any platform at any time. So again, I could write a tune now, and we could film it, and I'll play the chanter, stick it out on Facebook, and I've potentially got tens, hundreds of thousands of people that might listen to that. And I guess that's what a publisher used to do, but through a different medium. They would have meetings with radio people or music producers or people that would use that music, and then of course they would take their cut for hooking you up as a writer with the people who want to use your music. So now I think the internet, especially social media, has kind of filled a bit of that space and made it much more easily accessible. One extreme you might look at, Justin Bieber. He was discovered by sitting in his bedroom playing his guitar, writing songs, videoing it, putting it online. It's there. So that became one aspect of it. But for us, I guess, writing a tune on your chanter or your fiddle, get it out there. As long as you've got it registered in PRS, if that then gets recorded, there's going to be income coming back to you. So I think the publishing houses that used to work for musicians really have to, or have had to, think about how they're doing that. What's the unique thing that a musician would sign up to them for?